Okay, wine moms, I have an announcement. I will no longer be taking a commission from my Zaya Active sales. Instead, I want you all to shop through the Mothers Without Borders event when you visit my Zaya Active website and snag up your favorite activewear. Every quarter, I will take the proceeds from the event and donate them directly to Mothers Without Borders. This is a nonprofit organization that aids orphaned children and empowers the local women living in Zambia. I recently had the pleasure of meeting this organization's head operators and connected with their mission. Now, since a 33-hour flight going across the world would leave me in a constant state of pure and utter panic, I am donating my revenue instead of my lack of laborer or chef skills. Nobody wants that. To do your part to help and join the cause, all you have to do is shop the Mothers Without Borders event on myzaya.com/Emadan, or you can donate directly at motherswithoutborders.org. The Mommy Wines podcast is a Mommy Wines Network and Emma Dawn production, brought to you by Coffee Over Cardio, NakedWines.com, and Zaya Active.
Oh my God. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to get a hair off of my tongue or something.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
Okay, it's fuzz from my sweater.
Oh no. I'm about to crack open a beer, so
Maybe I should do that.
You should.
Are you a fan of the Mommy Wines podcast? Well, of course you are, or you wouldn't be hearing this right now. One of the best ways to support the show you love, besides obviously tuning in every Wine Wednesday for new episodes, is shopping the Mommy Wines merch store on teespring.com. This is where you'll find all of the Mommy Wines branded goodness, mugs to hold your coffee over cardio morning Java, iPhone and Samsung cases, premium ultra soft hoodies perfect for upcoming cooler months, and of course flowy tees and tanks flattering on every mommy out there. Go shop the Mommy Wines storefront on teespring.com and make sure to use code WINEMOM for free shipping. So, hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mommy Wines podcast. I am your host, Emma Dawn, and today I have a very special Instagram creator guest to chat with and share with you all. Her name is Michelle Walker. She has over 40,000 followers on Instagram. She is a Maryland-based mama of two. Help me welcome to the show. Give a little round of applause.
I feel so important.
Yes, I love the introductions. They're one of my favorites.
That's so nice of you. Well, thank you. I'm happy to be on this podcast. It's awesome. I love it.
I'm so excited. So you said you're about to, what are you drinking? Crack open a beer.
I'm a Bud Light. I'm a Bud Light girl.
Nice, simple. But I like it.
It's nice and simple. You know what's funny too? I'm originally from St. Mary's County, and we are known for 10-ounce beers. So you can't, I don't think you can actually get them anywhere else. There's maybe a couple other little remote towns that carry them. But yeah, so it's Bud Light, and it has to be in a can, and it has to be 10 ounce. And if it's not that, then it's Crown and Diet Coke.
Oh, nice.
So yes, yeah. So I'm pretty particular.
I typically do a wine review on this show.
Oh, I love that.
Every week on the show, but today I have a first date that I have to go on later.
Oh my gosh, how fun.
Yes, dating as in motherhood is just thrilling. I don't know.
Well, we can chat. Why don't we chat about that a little bit? That's, I mean.
Well, I'm trying not to drink and drive or show up to my date intoxicated.
Right. But that might make it more fun.
Yeah, maybe. Who
need to get yourself an Uber.
I am like, okay, I am so not into dating. I thought at 30 years old, I would be done and over, and it would just be a phase in my life that I could like try not to remember. But no, I am 30 years old, back on the market.
Oh, no.
And
yes.
I don't know how many first dates I'm gonna have to go on, but I hate the act of dating. Like
I'm with you. I mean, it's been a long time since I've dated, but I would probably totally feel the same way. But there's something like, so how you're 30 now?
Yeah, I just turned 30 in October.
So I'm 32, so I've been in the 30s club for 2 years, but I have to say I love my 30s.
Really?
So, yes, I love it. I love being in my 30s. I just feel so much. I don't even know how to describe it. I just feel just more confident and less worried about what other people have to say or think or whatever. So, sometimes I wonder, which I hope I don't have to ever date because I love my husband. I hope nothing ever happens with us. But if I ever were to be put in that circumstance, I'm like, if I would just not take as much shit or not deal with as much shit, like I'm a woman, I know what I want.
I'm kind of, yeah, I feel that like I'm kind of on that level because right now, like I have so many projects, one of them being this podcast. And I have goals and I have businesses that I'm building and projects that I'm working on. And like, if somebody just doesn't like fit into my life, like, sorry, but you're the wrong puzzle piece here.
And, right. It's like, bye.
Yeah, but like,
thank you. Next.
Thank you. Next. Yes.
Right.
But like, yeah, I feel like back in my early 20s, I feel like I kind of would have molded around to like.
Absolutely. Yes. That's it.
But
yeah,
now
totally.
I just don't have time for it. You're either on the boat or you're off. Like this cruise ship will leave you behind. So
right. Exactly. But great though, and I feel like as you just turned 30 in October, but as you start to get into your 30s a little bit more, that feeling is going to keep amplifying, and I love that because I used to be such a people pleaser and just always wanted to make everybody happy, make everything great. And the older I'm getting, I just am like, look, this is what it is. If you don't like it, if you don't like me, bye. Like, I'm just not in the mood to entertain that shit right now. So yeah.
I'm feeling it. And like, I don't have the energy or the spare time like I used to. I have a 3-year-old son, Milo. And like,
and are crazy. Yeah.
Like I don't have the time or the energy to like even just like parent another person. Like I need someone who has their own things going on, who can entertain themselves, and who's like, I don't know, a grown up maybe.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yes. And I mean, kids are a whole other beast, so it's, you gotta be there for them and raise them right and do all that stuff. And yeah, so you kind of essentially put yourself a little bit on the back burner, but at the same time, you're still a person and you still, you need to have a life aside from your kids. Like not aside from your kids. It's probably like a bad choice of words, but you need to kind of find that balance of still having time for yourself.
Oh yeah.
Because me personally, like I just feel like I'm a better mom when I make time for me, whether that's just having dinner with my girlfriends once a month or having a date night with my husband once a month. There's just something, you know what I mean, that I still have a little bit of time for myself, but then, yeah. So I think that's, great that you're getting yourself out there but you're laying it all out. Like, this is what it is. And because you gotta be, so. Yeah.
And also like, I don't feel, I don't know, like I'm 30, so if I don't have all the time to waste on Mr. Wrong like I did when I was 20.
Right.
So I'm just like, if you don't fit, you don't fit. Sorry, but
like, right. Sorry about your luck.
Here's the door.
Right. But I think that that's great. You have, your podcast that you're currently doing besides the podcast. Or...
Oh yeah. So I work full time. I'm currently developing a mortgage loan officer apprenticeship, I guess, situation or job position or whatever, for a local credit union here in Utah.
Oh, cool.
And then I have my business consulting job that I like kind of do freelance. And then I just actually started the Mommy Wines Podcast Network.
Oh, so awesome.
We have some exciting shows coming out next year.
Oh, that's so cool. So is it going to be like on iTunes or or not iTunes, but you know what I mean? Like part of the podcast stuff, or is it going to be like a website? You said it's going to be a network. Like where's that going to be available?
So the podcasts that are going to be on the Mommy Wines Network they're all going to be cross-marketed and promoted on each of the other shows. But they can also be found anywhere you get podcasts. So like Spotify, iTunes, Google, all that stuff.
Awesome.
So it's very exciting.
Well, that's exciting. Yes, I love it. I love women supporting women. I just sat down. I think it's good to support everybody. I
just actually left and sat down with I had another recording this morning at a place called Ladybird Society. It's here in Salt Lake. And it's this kind of free form.
Oh, I think I saw that.
Yeah, it's like this free form, creative co-op work situation where like they have like a daycare and different rooms and like women in business, and they're open, actually, like they're all inclusive. So like they're LGBTQT, I don't know, all of the letters, friendly.
Yes.
So like anybody can come rent space. There's like board rooms and like group rooms, or there's like just desks.
Yes, I saw I think I saw your like Insta story or your live. Yes, I saw that place looks so cool. At first I didn't catch like the very first little blurb of what she said it was, so at first I thought, you know how like they have those studios where you can like take pictures and stuff at, I guess, for like influencers.
Oh yeah.
At first I thought that's what it was, just the way it was like all decorated and everything. But then I was like, wait a minute. So I went back, because when she started showing the desks and stuff, and I was like, what a cool idea.
It's so awesome.
We need something like that in Maryland. But I'm from Southern Maryland, so I feel like what I do isn't that popular in this where I live. But if you were to go to like DC or Baltimore, which is about like an hour drive from where I am, there's probably more of that stuff up that way, you know?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, but that looks awesome.
So speaking of what you do, tell me a little bit about what you do. Are you just on Instagram, or are you still working?
Oh my gosh.
Are you a coffee lover just like me? Sipping my morning Java is the only way I can keep up with my toddler and busy lifestyle. That's why I love Coffee Over Cardio. Coffee Over Cardio is a premium coffee company started by female entrepreneur Abby Scott. Whether you love a good flavored blend or a strong roast, Coffee Over Cardio is ideal for any jitterbug. They are also carb-free, keto-friendly, sugar-free, and gluten-free. So pretty much that means they're completely guilt-free. Try Coffee Over Cardio's most popular flavors today: French toast and new Doctor's Orders vanilla hazelnut. Yum! Make sure to use code 10EMADON to save at checkout. Once again, that's 10EMADON at coffeeovercardio.com.
What is going on?
I wear mini hats.
I know. We're like two peas, right?
I know, we totally are. I just, it's funny because on Instagram, I don't share a lot of, I share, it's a very fine balance. I don't like to share too much about my personal life. Like I do give little like blurps and stuff like that, but I do have two other jobs, that so basically I do everything part-time. So I am a massage therapist.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I've been doing that. It'll be going on 12 years in 2020. So I love that. I've been doing it, like I said, for that amount of time. And it is just such a rewarding job. It's so nice and flexible. I pretty much just work around my husband's schedule. I see clients out of their home, like longtime clients, stuff like that. So I do that. I also do x-ray and mammography. And I do that, what is called PRN. So I do that kind of on a part-time as needed basis. I do that. I probably work at that job like 4 to 5 days a month. So not super often, but often enough to keep my feet wet and know what I'm doing. And I do that like 4 to 5 days a month. It just enough to keep my feet wet and keep my skill up. And then I do the Instagram stuff, and I consider that part-time as well. I just advertise for different companies and, like clothing companies and Amazon. And I've worked with different, businesses and that kind of stuff. And I've been doing that for about 3.5 years or so. So it's been fun.
I love that. So one of the things that really stuck out on your Instagram, and I was so excited because I looked at your posts before I even looked at any of like the top profile stuff, like how many is she following or how many follow her. Like I looked at the posts first, and I love that it's just like real, relatable, like
just like, well, thank you.
Life stuff, like you're like a normal person. You're not one of these like photoshopped alien Instagram models, like you're just like real and relatable and funny. And then I looked up and I'm like, wow, she has like a shit ton of followers on Instagram. But I loved that because every time I see someone who has like 40, 50, 60, 100,000 followers, they're like, a 19-year-old bimbo in a bikini. And I'm just like, yes, a real person.
I know, I'm just here. No, yeah. I mean, it started a couple, or like I said, like 3.5 years ago. And it started with me really trying to be kind of like everyone else on Instagram, like taking pictures, like flat lays on like nice, crisp white backgrounds and doing things like that. But that's just not me. Like, I am a mess.
The holidays are fast approaching, and what would make a better gift for the wine lover in your life, or even maybe yourself, than a nakedwines.com wine box? I have loved trying the nakedwines.com wines, and my taste palette has definitely become more sophisticated. Plus, all the wines from nakedwines.com are crafted by independent, passionate winemakers, not big label brands that have more additives in their bottles than actual wine itself. Get a nakedwines.com wine box delivered, filled with wines made with love directly to your door this holiday season. Use code MOMMYWINES50 to get 6 bottles for only $34.99. That's MOMMYWINES50 to get 6 bottles of wine for only $34.99 from nakedwines.com. Or you can go ahead and click the link in the show notes below.
So you were talking about how you started out on Instagram and then decided it wasn't for you and started doing something else.
Right, exactly. So I just started realizing like, okay, this is just not me. Trying to like post pictures that were kind of similar to like other people, I mean, you're just trying to get your name out there basically. So I was just like, let me just take a minute, refresh. I took like a online like little course from like another influencer, just kind of like how to build your following. And her biggest thing was like, just be you, like at the end of the day, just be yourself. And I mean, you know, I totally took that advice and just started being more just me, you know, and it just really changed the game for me. And I know that sounds like silly, like, oh, I was trying to be somebody I wasn't. Like, it wasn't like that. It's just like, as far as like the style, the pictures I was doing and little things like that. And like trying to think of like these like fancy little captions with my photos and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, that's not me, you know? I mean, so a lot of times my captions are just real me, like chatting. I don't have the best grammar. Like, I don't like, you know, like I cuss. You know, that's just who I am at the end of the day. And I think that that's when it really started taking off, was when I was just, you know, you either like me or you don't like me or you're indifferent, and that's okay, whatever your feelings are. But that's what I love about the people that do follow me, is like, they always will message me or say that. They'll be like, you know, oh, I can relate to you so much. You're just like me. And that is me. Like, I like to dress up and look nice, but 90% of the time I'm wearing I'm wearing yoga pants right now, you know? Like, so,
always. Yes.
Yeah. Yoga. So, I mean, yeah, I think that that's the biggest thing. If, you know, if you're interested in becoming or doing stuff on Instagram, just be yourself. You know, I mean, I do think having a nice looking feed is important, like as far as like pictures, if you're trying to grow your following. But at the same time, like, don't stress yourself out about it. And I was getting to that point where I was like, oh my gosh, like, I can't take this picture because there's like crap all over the floor, blah, blah, blah. And now I'm like, I just don't care. Like,
yeah.
Because, you know, like, so I try to share pictures like that a lot. Like, I shared a picture of Reese and and he was like completely destroying my room. And I was like, let's just take a look here for a minute. You know, like, this is what my room looks like 90% of the time. And just like Instagram stories too. Like, I would try to like pick up, or I would not, you know, I would delete it if I like sounded like stupid or whatever, or said a lot. But now I'm just like, this is how I talk. Okay. I say a lot. I say like a lot. I say fuck a lot. Like, this is just what I do. So, you know, I'm not gonna, you know, change or try to be something I'm not. So, you know, just do you, girl.
Like, see, I think the time for the super edited, perfect looking Instagram model is kind of over. I think people are craving a little bit more relatability, rawness.
Absolutely. Yes. I 100% agree with that. And while there's a lot of Instagram accounts that I do follow, like fashion influencers or whatever, lifestyle, that are like just very, you know, just very attractive girls or women or whatever. But that's them, you know, or I mean, at least that's what it seems like. That's them and it works for them, and that's great. You know?
Yeah. I've even noticed like me. Some of the people who are like that, you know, who have like the perfect Instagram model profile. Like, the ones that are gaining more traction are the ones who are even like real in their stories. Because like, I've noticed there's a girl that I used to follow, and I was like, oh man, she's so pretty. When I work out, like, that was like my inspiration when I was going to the gym. Yeah. But I've noticed, because she was like a bland banana, no personality, nothing, like, just nothing going on upstairs. And I never watched her stories because they were just so
blah,
dumb. Like, yeah. Right. Like, and, you know, even though she has all of these like super pretty pictures and like her body is like perfect, I've noticed that her followers have gone down. And I think people are kind of craving a little bit of a social media change, because like, I think people are just kind of over the hunt for perfection, and they're just trying to, I don't know, they want to be real people again.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I think that that's just important, and it's really important just not to compare yourself, you know, because like sometimes I was getting kind of unhealthy like a couple of years ago, where I'd be like, oh, like she has this big, beautiful house, or like she's a size 0. She just had a baby like 2 months ago. Like what the heck, you know?
Yeah.
But you just have to like slow down and realize like you are on your own journey and your own path, like not to be like spiritual, but I'm just saying like that's just my belief. And I feel like I'm going where I'm supposed to be going, you know? So let's just not worry about what Susan's doing or what Carol's doing. Like let's just worry about what we're doing right now, you know? And I think that when you come to Instagram with that mindset, or you come to social media with that mindset, you kind of are going in the right direction. And that's when you're going to start to notice things falling into place for you. You know, and I think that some people like base all of their worth on like how much of a following they have. And I mean, I've lost followers along the way. Maybe I've said something that they didn't like, or some people just show up for pretty pictures. And then when I do post like a raw, you know, like a different style of pictures, I might lose some followers, but that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, like at the end of the day, like if you're gone, then you're gone. If I'm not interested in you anymore, bye, you know? But I just like, I don't know, but I agree with you. Like there's some people I do follow that, I really enjoy their stories, and that's what honestly, some of the people I follow more so because they're funny, or, you know, I'm showing up for their stories more than I don't really even care about their feed that much. It's almost like, you know, I mean, they're just funny ass people. So, I love that. And I do love like this whole like body positive movement that's going on right now with women, and it's just awesome. Like I love that because I've always been a little bit on the thicker side, or a little curvy girl, you know, and I am loving that is being praised right now, and not even being a curvy girl, because like nothing against like skinny girls at all, because if that's your body, love your body no matter what size you are, you know. But I love that like curvy girls are being recognized. Like so for example, I love Good American jeans. They're expensive, but they are the best jeans I've ever worn.
The Khloe Kardashian jeans.
Yes, yeah, and I just honestly love them. They really do. But when you go on that website, you can pick what model size. So they'll show you what it looks like on a size like 0, but then they'll show you what it looks like on a size 8, and then they'll show you what it looks like on a size 16. So I love that there's more options like that, you know, because like it's discouraging because I'm not built like some of those models, you know, and you're trying to like buy clothes online.
Oh yeah.
And it's like discouraging because it's like, okay, I'm 5'1". I'm pretty chesty. I have hips, you know, like, so it's discouraging, but I love that about that website, and hands down best jeans ever. Like they are pricey first, you know, so I usually will find them when they're on sale or whatever, but best jeans I've ever
there you
owned.
go, Chloe. There's
hands
your
down.
shout out.
Yes. Yes.
You heard it on the Mommy Wines podcast.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Regram me, please. No. Oh my God.
Yeah. Shopping online. I have actually been loving ThredUp lately. Another shout out, ThredUp. It's like an addiction. I am obsessed with ThredUp, but I get so many tops there, and the jeans that I've been loving lately, because I was not a jean person. After I had Milo, I had a C-section, and I don't know, like there was a big like sensitivity issue, even like months after like having him. I was just super sensitive, and
I wonder if you just had like scar tissue, or, you know, I mean, you're not the first person I've heard that about though, like after a C-section. Yeah. I've heard of other women having
maybe
that
there was like, I don't know, some nerve damage or something, but jeans were just not comfortable for me at all. So I like pretty much gave them up cold turkey, and started going for like a legging or like the yoga pants, that kind of stuff. Plus I stayed home for a long time with him, And so like I really wasn't trying to like impress anyone. Well, now that I'm like back in like the working world, and it's so different being out west, because like people at my office, like they like come in like jeans, like it's so casual. And
that's probably kind of cool though, that they could that you're
like,
allowed to do that.
The West is the most casual place I've ever been, and I work in finance, so it's super weird. Like when I was back home in Ohio, I would have to wear like business professional clothing.
Wow. Yeah, like the pea suits and stuff.
Yeah. I'm like, okay, well, I could probably show up in my pajamas and nobody would even notice.
Right.
But so I went out and I bought some jeans, and the universal thread at Target are so comfortable, and they're high-waisted.
Ooh.
And they're $22.
Oh, that's not bad.
And
yeah.
Amazing. That's like the only jean I've been wearing right now, because it's hard for me. Like I'm scared of buying pants online, just because every store and every brand is so dramatically different when it comes to sizing.
Yes, I know, it's very frustrating.
So frustrating.
Because that's why that's why I'm one of those people, like, I like what I like and I know what I know, so but I am, the one thing I will say about online shopping is a lot of places do have really good return policies, at least the places that like I shop, like Nordstrom, Amazon, like a lot of those places, like because there's been stuff I've bought before online. Because I have Lucy who's 7 and Maurice who's 2.5. Like I can't take Lucy. I could take to the store, but Maurice to take to the store and try stuff on.
Yeah, right.
Forget that. Like this kid is like trying to climb up under the changing booths, saying like hi to people like while they're changing.
Oh my gosh.
So that is at least one good thing I will say about a lot of places is the return policy. A lot of times you can return stuff for free. So whenever I do try to venture out and try something new, I always make sure that it's like an easy return, like I can send it back and I'll get my money back type thing.
Oh,
so yeah, but I do frequent Target usually when I get off at night, around like 9:00, because that's like the best time to go, because nobody's in there.
Literally the best time to go to Target.
I know it is. Anything. Target, the grocery store, it's awesome. So, and usually I'll swing by there on my way home from work. So usually I'm kid free. So I have to try those jeans and see what I think.
Do it. Did you prep a confession?
Ooh, no, I didn't, but I'm.
Perfect. All right. This is my favorite section or segment on the show. Confessions.
Oh, I love it.
And okay, so on the topic, I'll go first so you can think of your confession.
Okay.
But on the topic of shopping and Target, I took Milo into Target the other day because I noticed that he had like his rain boots, which he wears every single day. Rain or shine, doesn't matter. Every single day. He's worn them since I got them for him like months ago. Well, they're worn out. So I took him into Target and I was going to get him some new boots. And actually, that's the day that I found those jeans. And so we're over and we're looking at the jeans and everything. And he gets up and like they have these mannequins on these platforms. Well, he's up on the platform and I'm like, okay, just sit there, be a good boy. Well, he starts like pointing out like, oh, look, feet, knees, hands, like, he's 3. And I'm like, okay. And then he lifts up the skirt that this mannequin was wearing and gets under it. And he starts scaring me. He's like, boo, mommy, boo. And he's like, lift up the skirt and like put it back down over him. And, just being cute. And I'm like, okay, he's not doing anything. Like, he's going to be fine up there. Well, he goes and he like lifts up the skirt super fast. And he's like, boo, lady. And he scares the living shit out of this elderly woman.
Oh my God.
She starts like, oh my God, you need to control your kid. And I am like dying laughing because she about jumped out of her skin. It was
oh my God,
so funny. And I'm just like, oh my God, Milo, you're too much. And there was another girl who was kind of like just like playing around, being playful with Milo when he was in the cart, but he's 3, so he didn't last in the cart all that long. And she was also in the clothing section, and she was dying laughing too. It was the funniest thing. I feel bad.
Oh my God, I love it.
This woman was like a complete stranger, but he just like lifts up the skirt of this mannequin and he's like, boo, lady, boo.
Oh my God, I love it so much.
So
kids are the best.
Mommy fashion, I guess.
I love it. I love it. So don't you just love though how people are like, you need to control your kid? Like, really?
Yeah, right.
Come on. Like, that's funny. I don't know.
I thought it was funny.
I know. Some people either get it or you don't. You know?
I just love how she was like the cliche old grumpy lady.
Right. It just fits so perfectly. You're just like, okay.
It was hilarious.
So as far as like confessions, like what are we confessing? Like, is it like a certain topic or?
Nothing is on limit or off limits when it comes to confessions.
Oh my gosh. So is it just something like funny that happened or anything I can think of crazy?
Crazy, embarrassing, silly.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anything. Well then, okay, I have 2 then. Can I? Yes. But they're going to be quick though. Okay.
You can totally double confess.
Okay, I will double confess. So we have an annual Halloween party every year for the last 5 years.
Perfect timing.
I love it. Yes. And my costume this year, I was Ginger Spice, and my other girlfriends were but we were the Spice Girls. I was Ginger Spice.
Yes.
So
I love that.
It was so much fun, by the way. But anyway, so I did like the press on nails, like the sticky nails or whatever. I was in a hurry, trying to hurry up because you know how it is. It was a kid-free party. So it was all adults. My parents, God bless them, came and picked my kids up. So, you know, I'm like trying to prep food, get my makeup done. I was going to do my neighbor's hair for her. Like I was just doing all the things.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm in the kitchen and I'm prepping the food. I go outside and I look down and one of my press-on nails is gone. So it was probably in the food somewhere.
Oh no.
How gross is that, right?
It's so gross.
So I don't think I told anybody else, but I do remember telling my neighbors, like, I lost a nail. So if you get it in your food, I'm sorry. But I meant to ask if anybody found the nail. I thought that was funny, but because when I was like 14 or 15, I was working at a fast food place. It wasn't a chain place. It was just like a fast food place in my hometown.
Yeah.
And I was prepping a steak and cheese sub. Mind you, I'm like 14 or 15. I couldn't drive yet. I just remember my brother always taking me to work and, you know, taking me home. And I remember looking down and I lost a nail at work.
Oh, no.
So at least, isn't that mortifying? Oh my God. I'm going to get like 100 unfollows when people listen to this. They're going to be like, who is that grimy bitch?
You should just tell everyone to listen to your episode, and whoever was at your party who got the nail in their food can just secretly DM you.
I know, right? I feel terrible about that. But I mean, that was 15, 16 years ago. Nobody ever called back to complain, and nobody complained at the Halloween party. I'm hoping that it probably just fell off somewhere and I just didn't notice.
Oh, that would be ideal.
Yeah.
I will pray for you. and your fake nails.
So this is I know. Oh my God. So that Halloween party was a few weeks ago, like our annual one. So I think that I'm in the clear because nobody has come forward and said, I found a nail in your food. But it's funny because like, not to like brag or like be like, ooh, toot my own horn, but a few of my friends that come are like, we just come for the food. So like, I take very great pride in prepping all of my food and making it homemade and doing like cute little Halloween themed dishes and stuff. So, so the fact that like knowing that there was a nail possibly in one of the foods mortifies me because I'm like, then people won't come for my food anymore. Like,
no.
I'm sad.
I think if they're coming for the food, they can forgive you.
They can look past the nail if it were in the food, but nobody ever said anything.
Well, this isn't. You are confessing to me, so I forgive you.
Okay, well, perfect. And then the other thing, I'll do a mommy confession.
Oh, perfect.
Maybe this is TMI.
There's no
I don't
such
know.
thing.
Maybe it's TMI, but so my son Reese, he had like the little tummy bug over the weekend, and the vomiting and this and
Everybody.
that, and it's terrible.
Like
Monday, oh, it was awful. Monday, he was totally fine. Tuesday, he wakes up and he's crying, kind of cranky, kind of whatever, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, let's just relax today. We don't have anything to do, or it's going to be fine. So I'm in the kitchen. He comes into the kitchen and he's holding up his hands and he has brown stuff all over his hands. He pooped all up his back, all down his legs. I guess he must have been like, ew, poop, because he was saying like poop, poop, but he's not talking like super clearly yet. So it was all over his hands, all in his hair. Oh, no. And the icing on the cake was the little poopy footsteps to the kitchen. So that's how I spent my Tuesday morning. Was full of poop. Like, it was a shitty day, literally. Oh like, it was terrible.
Well, if you want to hear my poop confession, make sure you listen to the Lady Bird Society episode. And then let me know what you think, because it was like a total shit show, literally.
Oh my god.
There you go. There's your teaser. It was a shit show.
I love it. So in my question, I'm like, are you even a mom if you haven't dealt with like shit everywhere before, like in the hair and the back, down the legs? Like, what are you doing? What are you really doing with your life?
Like I'm pretty sure that's like a rite of passage. But,
right.
Like there are, so the Mommy Wines podcast Instagram is mostly a meme account with stories and IGTVs.
Oh, perfect.
And I write all of these memes, and there will be sometimes like I'll post something like I posted like a little meme or like quote or whatever about the confession, the story that I told in the Lady Bird Society episode. And it was about cleaning up poop and just deciding to just spray everything down with Febreze. And there was a woman who commented, and she's like, is that really what other mothers do? And I'm like, have you not just ever had such a shitty day that you just give up and you're just like, fuck it, I'll Febreze it? Like, if you haven't had one of those days where you're just like, oh my God, give up, I'll just douse it with Febreze and get to it tomorrow.
I will just leave it. Yeah, honestly, and this is going to be totally disgusting, but I don't care. If it had been like late at night, I don't know if I would have had the energy to clean it up, because not only was it all over him and there was like a little poopy foot trail from the living room to the kitchen, it was also all down in the crack of the couch. No. It was like it was an explosion. Okay. Like I just, and dumb me, I thought he was in the clear because all day Monday he was fine. He was eating, he was this, he was that. But as you all know, with the tummy bug, sometimes it's a 24-hour thing. Sometimes it's a, 78, 72-hour thing,
right.
And I was just like, oh my God, I probably would have just covered it with a towel. So my husband wouldn't have sat there in it and I would have taken care of it the next morning. But it happened at like right after, probably around like 9 o'clock. So, and it took me about 3 hours to clean it up, because at that point I'm like, okay, I need to like disinfect. I had to like move the couch. I had to put on gloves and like take the towel down into the couch and make sure there was no poop on the inside of the couch.
It's a process.
It was a process. Yes, it was disgusting. It was disgusting. But all right, like my question earlier, are you really a mom until you have scrubbed shit?
Like I'm pretty sure you're not.
Right. I mean, it's happened at some point. And if it hasn't happened to you, God bless you.
Not even that. It's just
you are lucky.
Your time just hasn't come yet.
Right.
It's coming for you. Let me tell you.
Right. It's gonna get there soon.
That's why. So I recently, I'm new to the Salt Lake City area, and when I first moved here, I rented an apartment in like a complex. But I recently just moved into a townhouse, and I decided to finance my washing machine, like my washer and dryer, because I do so much laundry with a boy. It is like, it's not like, oh, a couple socks there, some shirts there. No, it is like shit stained sheets and like blankets and everything you could possibly think of. Loads and loads and loads of towels because I'm constantly cleaning up messes. So there's this like a furniture store you can finance like appliances and furniture and whatever. So my plan is until he's like 5. So I'm gonna pay the payments, and then after the same as cash is up, I'm gonna exchange it on something else, get another 12 years interest free or 12 months interest free, and then I'm gonna do that like every year until he is a fully functioning human being, and then maybe then I'll buy the washing machine, because right now it's covered under a warranty. If anything breaks, they come out and fix it for free, and I'm just like, yes, because everybody was like, oh, if you finance a washer and dryer, you're gonna pay so much interest, and I'm like, no, I found a loophole. I'm gonna return it and exchange it for another one and get another 12 months interest free.
That's perfect. That's like thinking smart, and that's what you have to do when you have kids.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So tell everyone where they can find you and your crazy life on the internet.
So I'm on Facebook, but I pretty much just hang out on Instagram at Michelle Conley Walker. That's my name. Come say hi, come hang out. Just come join the fun of my crazy world.
So is everything that you do just done on Instagram? You don't have a blog or a podcast or YouTube?
So no, I mean, I do have a blog. I don't blog very often. I'm talking maybe a few times a year, but my blog is just like a perfect catch-all.
Oh, okay.
Like, if I need to do a blog post about somewhere we went on vacation or something like that, then I can do it there. So I do have a blog. You can find everything. You can find me basically if you go to my Instagram, there's a link in my bio, which is like a link tree, and that's everything that I got going on. My blog is linked there, my Facebook.
Perfect.
My Like to Know It account where I share like my outfits and stuff, or where to get the stuff from my outfits. Amazon, my Amazon account thing. Yeah, it's all there. So that is the best way. If you like me, come follow me and like all my pictures.
Well, if you're listening this far, I'm pretty sure they like you already.
Right. Hopefully.
But yeah, well, I'm about to go on my date. So
oh my gosh. So next episode, you got to share the deets on that.
Well, I'll have to have you back, and I'll tell you all the dirty deets. Hopefully not dirty,
but that sounds great. Oh, I love it. Oh, I hope it is, though.
Maybe I'll pull a Hannah B.
Yeah, there we go.
Jesus still loves me.
Oh, yes, he does. He loves everyone.
Well, thank you so much for being my guest. This was so fun.
Yes, thank you. I really enjoyed being on it. Thank you, everyone. If you're still listening, if you didn't stop after the first 3 minutes.
Yes, go follow her on Instagram. That's where all the parties happen. The magic happens.
Yes. It's fun times for all.
Perfect. Well, I will reach out to you. And I hope to have you back on again.
Yes, definitely. Thank you so much, Emma, for chatting with me. And thanks everyone for listening.
Bye.
Today's episode of the Mommy Wines podcast was brought to you by NakedWines.com, Zaya Active, and Coffee Over Cardio. Do you love the show? Show your support by shopping the Mommy Wines podcast merch store at teespring.com or by becoming a monthly supporter of the show by clicking the support button at anchor.fm/mommywines. Or you can use the support link in the show notes below. Have you been wanting to start your own podcast? Join the MW Podcast Network. All info on the MW Network, merch, partnerships, coupon codes, episodes, blog posts, and so much more can be found at themommywines.com. As always, thank you for listening, and until next week, wine moms, parent and drink responsibly.